Then I used to lose my voice, like asking for things. I was a little shy.
Wow.
Yeah, but then 20 years of therapy.
Right? They had a vision of how do we create community and create a space where we are.
Joy Behar thought she had seen it all when it came to daytime television drama. She had survived on-air explosions, public spats, and enough behind-the-scenes drama to fill a dozen novels. However, neither she nor the viewers were prepared for the uproar that ensued when news broke that Melania Trump had effectively fired her co-host Sonny Hostin. Usually, stories about celebrity feuds were just gossip, a catchy headline to generate social media buzz. This, though, was something completely different. What started as a single hurtful comment from Melania quickly escalated into a full-blown scandal for the show, revealing broken alliances and pent-up resentments. Melania Trump allegedly asked the show's producers to remove Sonny from an upcoming interview segment, triggering the scandal on Monday morning. Rumor has it that Melania took issue with Sonny's recent comments, calling them inaccurate and disrespectful. As soon as Sonny's cancellation by Melania was announced, fan sites and entertainment blogs rushed to report the story. Overnight, hashtags trended, and Sonny's name became synonymous with a perceived snub. The public began to wonder if personal grudges were overshadowing the show's titular character. At first, the show's producers attempted to downplay the episode as a scheduling conflict, but as more details emerged, including eyewitness accounts of Sonny sobbing her way off set, the speculation began. Could a powerful figure's personal dislike for a daytime co-host really be the root cause of all this drama? Joy put on a public face of casual dismissal, joking that meltdowns were as common as coffee breaks and daytime television. However, those who knew her well noticed something else, a spark of indignation, possibly even fury in Joy's eyes at what seemed like a surrender to Melania's demand. The following day, fans noticed a marked shift in the show's energy. Instead of Sonny's bright banter, bright smiles replaced by forced smiles and awkward transitions, the usual suspects. Viewers took to social media to ask why Sonny and Joy were so close, yet they hardly acknowledged each other on camera. Some speculated that Joy was siding with the producers, while others claimed that she felt resentful of Sonny's overabundance of attention. As the speculation intensified, the phrase "Joy and Sonny were practically dancing" began to appear more frequently. Miss Barr's Joy in the evening, tabloids and online news outlets aired headlines about Joy.
Scare the man. You don't scare them when you're a woman comedian and you get up there with a microphone and you're, got all that power. You don't want to scare them. There he is. See, we fool around. We carry on. He's looking at the computer and I'm giving him the horn.
But I also like how you said...
That was at the wedding.
That was at the wedding, by the way?
That's our wedding shot.
That's classic. But also how you say that how you look at each other, how you see each other.
He sees Angelina Jolie.
Joy's scathing humor taking a more pointed direction than normal on Sonny Hostin. Some viewers pointed out particular instances when Joy joked about certain co-hosts who can't handle the heat, and that's probably why the show became trending. According to reports, Sonny appeared distressed upon hearing the comments, but the show continued as usual, ignoring the obvious problem. Viewers sensed tension between Joy and Sonny before Melania Trump became involved, and they allegedly argued about how to approach political topics creatively, with Joy advocating a no-holds-barred approach, while Sonny occasionally favored a more measured tone. Joy's biting wit threatened to overshadow Sonny's earnest commentary. This dynamic clash wasn't lost on fans or staff. When the meltdown began, it seemed like more than just a fight. It was the culmination of silences, simmering dissatisfaction. By midweek, tabloids had reported that network executives had called a confidential meeting between Sonny and Joy, with the goal of calming the waters before the turbulence damaged not only their relationship, but the entire show. Producers fret. The show's reputation for lively but respectful discussion was being replaced by the spectacle of backstage feuding. Meanwhile, advertisers pondered whether the meltdown could damage the show's family-friendly image in times past. In behind-the-scenes discussions with longtime employees, Joy felt conflicted about Sonny's reaction. which she saw as too dramatic and gave the story more airtime than it deserved. On the one hand, she was outraged by how easily outside influencers,
where your mom's father lived.
What?
Your grandfather, Vincenzo, was born at number 8.
What?
Got
They
to
were
go.
living across the street?
The families were living across the street from each other. I mean, just across the
I
street.
mean, it's almost incestuous what we're talking.
like Melania Trump, could interfere with the show's guest lineup and public image. According to Sonny, Joy scowled at her perception that she was being singled out. She claimed that getting canceled in show business was as common as changing your wardrobe, and that Sonny should know better than to let it get under her skin. Yet the more Joy dismissed Sonny's concerns, the more offended Sonny seemed to become. Fissure widened. Staff members reported hearing escalated arguments behind closed doors, with Sonny accusing Joy of trivializing her sense of betrayal. Joy, in turn, would retort that the show had survived countless controversies and that Sonny needed thicker skin. The exact words remained in dispute, but the tone was unmistakable. Each felt the other was missing the point. Sonny believed her professional standing had been seriously undermined by outside meddling, while Joy viewed the situation as simply another day in showbiz politics. For a brief moment, it appeared that a reconciliation was possible. A well-meaning producer organized a lunch meeting offsite, hoping that outside the glare of studio lights and away from prying eyes, Joy and Sonny could hash things out. But sources said the meeting collapsed into awkward silences, with each co-host reluctant to budge on her stance. Sonny wanted a public statement asserting the show's independence from political pressure. Joy insisted they handle the entire fiasco with humor to deflate the drama. When the meal ended, they parted with polite but chilly words, hardly a sign of progress.
When I used to lose my voice, like asking for things, I was a little shy.
Wow.
Yeah, but then 20 years of therapy. And,
Speaking of therapy, then tell me, what is the greatest lesson that The View has given you throughout all these years, would you say?
the greatest lesson?
Yeah, the greatest lesson for yourself.
Oh my goodness. What, like, give me an example of what a lesson might be.
Well, what has it taught you? You've been on the show for all these years. What have you learned about yourself being...
Back in the studio, the tension had risen to such a pitch that even the audience felt it. Social media erupted with clips showcasing Joy's pointed jokes that seemed to target Sonny's frustration. Fans dissected every look of annoyance on Sonny's face and every dismissive hand gesture from Joy. Some branded Joy's behavior as mockery, while others believed she was trying to spark some levity in a situation that had become unbearably tense. However, the public soon latched onto one particular segment that turned everything upside down during a light-hearted discussion about social etiquette. Joy dropped a remark that sounded suspiciously like a jab at Sonny. Some people think they're canceled just because someone important doesn't want to chat with them. But hey, that's showbiz, folks. The camera panned to Sonny, whose eyes flickered with hurt. It was the kind of rum moment producers usually try to smooth over with a swift commercial break. Instead, the segment continued for another few minutes, letting the awkwardness simmer. In real time, that night, entertainment sites exploded with headlines like "Joy Behar crosses the line" and "Is this the end for Sonny Hostin?" Public reaction split down the middle. Joy had her defenders, who argued that humor was her coping mechanism and that, in fairness, Sonny's reaction had seemed disproportionate from the start. Sonny's supporters, however, believed Joy was under in her own co-host instead of showing solidarity in the face of outside manipulation. Even some longtime viewers questioned whether The View had forsaken its foundational dynamic of strong women supporting each other, now replaced by backbiting and petty digs. With each passing day, the show's brand took a fresh hit, and the producers scrambled to manage damage control in the midst of this escalating drama. Melania Trump weighed in yet again in a brief public statement. She claimed she had no personal vendetta against Sonny and merely declined an interview request due to unprofessional remarks made about her. The statement, intended to clarify her side, only fueled the fire. Sonny felt vindicated, reading it as confirmation that she was in.
I first started being a comedian. I started down there. You know, the gay audience is my best. They were great. They laughed at everything. They got it.
Why
they
get
were
you?
supportive. Why did they get me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They just got you.
They did. They did.
And when you came here, well, tell folks, you were born and raised where?
Williamsburg.
Keep it fresh. I mean, there's a lot of pressure. You got to be tuned in every day.
Yeah.
How do you keep it fresh?
Well, I think that the concept of the show is inherently fresh because every day it's about what's in the newspapers.
But I mean for you.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, how do you get up every morning and deliver the goods the way you need to?
People often ask me, what kind of research do we do? But I don't need to research exactly the way you would if you were writing a thing.
Indeed, singled out. Joy, on the other hand, scoffed publicly, calling Melania's comment a typical deflection, which only reignited the entire fiasco. Any hope that The View might dodge further turmoil vanished in an instant as producers considered multiple strategies to dial down the outrage, such as bringing in a mediator, rearranging the co-host lineup for a while, or even having Joy and Sonny host a special segment to address the public's questions. None of these ideas took shape. Temps behind the scenes ran too high. The staff was divided into factions. Some sided with Sonny, feeling that her professional reputation had been diminished. Others leaned toward Joy, believing that a comedic approach was the best way to handle a meltdown of this nature. By the following week, Sonny had grown visibly weary. Her usual vibrant energy gave way to subdued comments and forced smiles. Joy, meanwhile, leaned into her trademark humor even more, though her laughter seemed edged with frustration. In a live on-air moment that viewers would later analyze frame by frame in the midst of a passionate discussion on media ethics, one of the guest commentators casually mentioned how simply curated brand can unravel once open rifts. Break free for the world to see. It underlines how powerful figures can alter the course of public discourse and how personal pride can transform trivial disagreements into cataclysmic showdowns. Above all, it remains a reminder of how delicate the ties of friendship and loyalty can be when tested under the unblinking glare of studio lights and